Vesna and Jeremy Swayman. They're outstanding young goalie out of University of Maine. Could one of those two be on the move? Question mark. There will be some more moves here this evening. That's what makes it more intriguing.
But again, it all starts with this young man. He looks nervous, doesn't he? He's like, man, they're going to call my name.
What's going on, everybody? We're having some issues with the... Alright. Got the draft going. Let's see how it all plays out. Alright, very interested to see how this draft ends up playing out. Obviously, Connor Bedard will be going first overall. That's pretty clear cut and obvious. So what's going on? If you guys got anything you want to throw down in the live chat, I don't do a ton of these, but figured we had the NHL draft tonight, so it was, yeah, we were due for doing something. So I'm very interested to hear what your guys' thoughts are on, especially where players like Matvei Michkov may end up going. Fantilli, Bedard, obviously will be going first overall. That's pretty clear. First 4 picks should be pretty clear-cut, just a matter of where some of these players are going, but obviously things will get interesting after pick 5. But we got Bedard, we got Fantilli. And most people believe Fantilli will be going second. And then most likely Leo Carlsson going third, but you know what, there's always the possibility of some trades happening, and if something gets moved. Now, we don't typically see trades in that top 5 range. I mean, these guys probably are pretty set on what players they want. I know the Montreal Canadiens were looking to try to trade up from their 5th overall spot. Whether or not they're going to take a player like Reinbacher, Michkov, are they going to take that chance on Michkov, Dvorsky? You know, there's a lot of good players to be found in there. And then I guess the other thing, and the other big question is where does Matvei Michkov end up falling to? Does Matvei Michkov end up in the top 5? Does he end up sliding down to the Washington Capitals? A lot of people believe he's probably going to fall down to the Capitals, but... Let's see. How's the stream? Can anybody let me know if the stream's working okay? You guys let me know in the comments section, in the live chat. You know, drop a comment if you want to say anything. Let me know who your team is, who you think's going to go second overall. Where do you think Matvei Michkov's going to end up going? Yeah, NHL Draft is going to be starting here shortly. Very interested to see where players like Nate Danielson, Colby Barlow all end up falling to. We also have Zach Benson, Gabriel Perrault. So it's going to be a very interesting draft. My Carolina Hurricanes, you know, we're picking like, what, 30th? So not a ton of intrigue there, but we're getting closer and closer to that first pick. And as we go, yeah, we'll talk about them and keep things updated and see where everything is. But if you guys want to drop anything in the live chat, please feel free to do so. If you guys have any questions, want to start a conversation, would love to hear something. We're inching closer and closer to that first pick. And then obviously, you know, it's crazy the Blackhawks getting another first overall pick like this, especially, you know, it wasn't that long ago they had Patrick Kane, you know? And now it looks like Bedard will be going next. Here we go. Let's see where things go. got my dinner here too to enjoy while we watch the draft. All right, Gary Bettman's up. Let's see. Is it time for Bettman to retire yet? Very interesting. All right, come on, Gary. Let's move forward and let's get some picks moving along here. Let's get Bedard off the board so we can get into the intriguing picks. Everything following Bedard. Anybody jumping in the stream, if you guys want to jump in the live chat. Got anything, any questions, comments, anything you want to put in there? We'll start a conversation. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And we're inching closer to that first pick here. I'm keeping an eye on it. What's your guys' team? Let me know in the live chat. Welcome any new viewers. Please go ahead, drop something in the live chat. We'll get a discussion going. And we're inching closer here. Bettman's still on stage talking, so we are inching closer to that first overall pick. Where Chicago will most likely, guaranteed, selecting their player of the future. Looks like the stream is healthy and good. Excellent. Yeah, if anybody wants to drop anything in the live chat, please feel free to do so. Bettman's still on stage talking, so we'll hopefully be getting closer here to getting this first pick off the board. I want to get into the intrigue. Picks 2, 3, 4, 5, especially that top 10. Alright, just going to make sure the stream is doing good. Looks like the stream's hopefully working out good. If you guys are new to the stream, please give a like. Go ahead, drop a comment or whatever you'd like in the live chat. Would love to start some conversation with you all. And thank you for popping in and checking out the channel. Always too much talking at the beginning of these damn things. Too much chit chat. Let's get to the draft. Let's go, go, go. Welcome. Got another viewer in here. If anybody wants to drop anything in the live chat, feel free to do so. We're inching closer to that first pick. Here we go. Sure does. It does belong to the Blackhawks. We're going to be getting that Bedard pick. I can't imagine Chicago's going to be on the clock for too long. All right. I mean, is there really any chance of them not taking Bedard? I mean, I don't think there's any real question there, right? My curiosity is what we're going to get in 2, 3, 4, and 5. Where's Michkov going to go? Who's going to take the chance on Michkov, especially with him locked up for 3 years over in Russia? At the same time, you're potentially getting the second best player in this entire draft in Michkov. And, yeah, I mean, waiting 3 years to possibly get a guy that, I mean, he's a scoring machine, Michkov is. So I think the risk of him staying in Russia for 3 more years and kind of having him on the side while you build a team up, definitely, I think, a chance worth taking if you're a rebuilding franchise. So I suspect Michkov will probably go in the top 5. But if he falls to the Capitals, I also wouldn't be surprised either. I know the Capitals really, really, really are interested in getting Michkov. But, yeah, Blackhawks, they're on the clock right now. And, I mean, come on. They're totally drafting Bedard, right? I don't know what's taking them so long at the table, but, oh, we got a like. Thank you for anybody that dropped a like. Appreciate it. If anybody's got any questions or anything they want to put in the live chat, please feel free to do so, as the Blackhawks are on the clock. And of course, my ESPN stream would. There we go. I guess Chicago had to take that long just for show, right? And here comes the first pick. Pick is in. So, I mean, clearly Bedard going number 1 overall. I will be perfectly honest, I would be, my brain would explode if anybody else went first overall. Come on, let's get to the pick, Chicago. What's going on? Looks like we got a few more viewers in here. Thank you for checking out the live stream. If you guys got anything you want to throw in the live chat, go ahead. But, yeah, we're going to be covering at least the first 10 or so picks. If things go good, I'll continue to cover up to, 20, 30. Select. Oh, and the Chicago Blackhawks and Connor Bedard just broke ESPN. Literally broke it as they selected him first overall. There we go. We got it back up. I mean, congratulations, Connor Bedard. He goes first overall to the Blackhawks. Did anybody really think that wasn't going to happen? That was pretty clear cut. Now let's get into 2, 3, 4 and get to the interesting ones, right? Thank you for coming in and checking out the live chat. We're covering the NHL Draft. Bedard has gone first overall. If you guys got anything you want to drop in the live chat, please feel free to do so. Thank you to whoever dropped a like. And, yeah, throw anything you guys want in the live chat. I'll answer questions. And the Blackhawks got Bedard, and they will be building around him. And you know what? The Blackhawks made a fantastic play trading the Boston Bruins for Taylor Hall. Hall's a guy that, still has a lot of upside. And I think having a young piece like him to complement somebody like Bedard as they attempt to rebuild the Chicago Blackhawks, I think it was a brilliant move to bring in Taylor Hall. You know, yes, his contract's what, 5-6 million. Blackhawks have tons of cap space, plenty to take that on, and bringing in a guy like Taylor Hall, it's just going to be such a complimentary piece to help with the building around Bedard, Hall, and the other players that they have there. So good step in the right direction. And they're talking right now about whether or not Bedard will be good as a center or a winger. I think they're definitely going to push for him to continue being a center, and it looks like he is going to rock the number 98. Yeah, I think Bedard, man. Bedard and Hall, it's going to be good. Yeah, Ottawa in the first game. It'll be a tough one. Ottawa's got a really good young team. They're continuing to build around some of those pieces there. And, yeah, I mean, Ottawa's young. If they're a few moves away from really, I think, getting into contention, especially with a lot of the young pieces on that Senators team. So, should be a good game. It'll be interesting to see where the Canes are at the start of the season and what moves they're going to make. I'm interested to see if anything else is going to go down here at the draft as far as trades or anything else. So, but I think against the Ottawa Senators, it's going to be a good game, man. The Senators are getting really, really good. They're really good. They're really young. They have a ton of upside, especially with Brady Tkachuk on the team. And while we're waiting on the next draft pick, I guess we'll go over some of the news. Obviously, if you guys just jumped in, Bedard went first overall, obviously. Some other news in the NHL today. We got Meyer. He signed an 8-year, $70.4 million contract with the Devils. Talk about the New Jersey Devils being stacked, man. Yeah, that's just, it's crazy. Dubois going to the Kings. I think, when Montreal made that trade yesterday with the Avalanche, I thought it was pretty obvious that Pierre-Luc Dubois was probably going to end up going to the LA Kings, and that is exactly what happened. And, we got news, too. The salary cap will be increasing to $83.5 million for the 23-24 season. And the Golden Knights re-signed Barbashev, 5 years, $25 million contract to stay with the Golden Knights. And another move the Devils made, Tyler Toffoli was traded over there. I mean, man, that top six for the Devils is just crazy. I mean, you've got Jack Hughes and Dawson Mercer, Timo Meyer, Jesper Bratt. Oh, my God, who am I forgetting? You've got Toffoli who will be able to step in there. And there's one player I'm missing. Did I say Mercer? I think I said Mercer. There's one player I'm always forgetting when it comes to the Devils. But, man, that team is young, fast, and extremely talented. And adding Tyler Toffoli to the group brings in some veteran leadership, some experience, some playoff experience. Genius move to bring in Toffoli. They traded away Sharon Govich to the Flames. And, good move overall. Man, the Devils are looking scary, especially for my Carolina Hurricanes. So, if anybody's got anything, drop it in the live chat. And, we're working our way. And let's see, the Anaheim Ducks are on the clock. They got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, so we're going to see who goes second overall. If anybody's in there, you want to let me know who you think's going to go second overall, go ahead and throw it in the chat. Definitely interesting to see if it's going to be Adam Fantilli. Is it going to be Leo Carlsson? Most people think it's going to be Fantilli, but I guess we'll see. Ducks have got about 2 minutes left, so... Be interesting, too, to see Bedard, Bedard being 17 years of age, and he is a workhorse. So 224 players will be drafted in the NHL Draft. just to give you an idea. There is 7 rounds and 32 teams, so that's 32 picks over, obviously, 7 rounds of drafting. So quite a few players. I mean, obviously, you know, everybody's always interested in the first round, but you know what? There's a lot of players that have gone over the years and picked, you know, been picked later in the draft. I mean, a lot of really talented players. I mean, you know, you look at the Canes, a player like Jacob Slavin, you know, was drafted in a later round. Sebastian Aho was a second-round pick. He was actually a 35th pick overall. And look at what he's developed into. I believe Slavin, let me just double check on this. Yeah, Slavin was a 4th round, pick 120 in the 2012 NHL draft. So you know what? You know, when everybody focuses so much in on the first few rounds, you know, there's gems to be found. It's just a matter of, you know, these teams throwing darts at a board and finding those gems later on in the draft. And it looks like the Ducks are on the stage. We're going to be getting the 2nd overall pick. With the Canes pick being 30th, I have no idea. I anticipate they're going to pick, or probably make a move to get out of the 30th round pick. I think they're going to possibly package that, maybe move on from it, trade down into the 2nd round. The Canes have been pretty big the last few years of trading out of the 1st round or trading down draft picks. And the Ducks are on. Here we go. And they've picked Leo Carlson. Very good pick. Very good pick. You know, a lot of people thought Fantilli was going to go 2nd, but they decided to go with Leo Carlson, the center. And honestly, Carlson, you know, most people had him either 2 or 3. You know, it was kind of a coin flip over who was going to go where. So obviously Fantilli, the center out of Michigan, most likely will be going to the Columbus Blue Jackets. I mean, they do need center help. So it'll be interesting to see. You know, we've also got players like Will Smith. And once again, Matvei Michkov, you know, the right winger. Where is Michkov going to go in the draft? That one is definitely an interesting one. But yeah, as far as the Canes pick, no idea. When you get that late in the round, you know, 30th pick, people pick all over the place. You kind of know who's going to go in the top 10, top 20 per se, but things can get a little crazy from there on out. And just to give you guys some ideas of some great late round draft steals. So let's take a look at the draft steals over the last 25 years. The biggest one, let's see, we've got Pavel Datsyuk from the Detroit Red Wings, was 171st overall. I mean, the man went on to have 3 Selkies. You know, first ballot Hall of Famer once he's eligible. He played for the Detroit Red Wings, great pick. Obviously, Henrik Lundqvist, the goalie, one of the best goalies, you know, of the century, was picked 205th overall. And he was actually just nominated into the Hall of Fame this year. And we've got players like Joe Pavelski, great pick by the San Jose Sharks. He was 205th overall, and he's gone on to have a phenomenal career into his late 30s. He's still playing at a super high level. Players like Jamie Benn for the Dallas Stars was 129th overall. Mark Stone, drafted by the Senators. Obviously, he was on the Vegas Golden Knights this year, and he was on that Stanley Cup run. He was a 178th overall pick. Connor Hellebuck, a guy that's in the news right now. Is he going to get traded? He was a 130th overall pick by the Winnipeg Jets, and that's the team he's been with since he was drafted in 2012. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets moved, especially at this draft. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets moved. Another late round steal was Kirill Kaprizov. He was picked in 2015, 135th overall by the Minnesota Wild, and he was considered at the time to be a little undersized, but man, has he's been special, man. I mean, he's an unbelievable sniper, hell of a player. So those are just some late round steals that you know, teams have had. Let's take a look at some other ones. John Klingberg, you know, fantastic career he has had. He was picked in 2005, 131st overall. You know, he's a great player. A lot of great players have been drafted late, so it'll be interesting to see where everybody goes in this draft. So yeah, so far we got 2 players off the board. Obviously, we've got Bedard going first overall. I mean, did anybody not expect that to be the case? And then we have, Leo Carlsson going second overall. And thank you guys to anybody jumping in. If you want to jump in the live chat, throw something down there. We got the first 2 picks off the board. We've been discussing some late round steals, going over some of the trades from the day. In the interim, if you guys want to talk or discuss on anything in between these draft picks, right now we've got the Columbus Blue Jackets on the clock. There's about 1:20 left. So you guys got anything, throw it down in the live chat. And we'll continue to keep track on this. Obviously, Bedard first overall. Did anybody not see that coming? And Adam Fantilli, I'm sorry, not Leo Carlsson. I just misspoke there a moment ago. Fantilli going second overall. Or no, I was right the first time. What is ESPN doing here? This is supposed to be the live tracker. And they got me this is supposed to be the live update. And they've got a mock draft in its place when you click on the link. Jeez. Thank you, ESPN, for helping me on that one. Let's find a live tracker here somewhere else so I could better keep an eye on this as we're moving along. And let's see, the Blue Jackets pick is in, so we are going to be seeing where that is here in just a sec. So yeah, just to recap one more time. Bedard, first overall. Leo Carlsson going second overall to Anaheim. Who is going to the Columbus Blue Jackets at number 3? The pick is in, and here we go. Let's see where we're at. And once again, thank you for everybody that is, looks like we got a few viewers in here. If anybody wants to throw anything in the live chat, please feel free to do so. All right. We're a couple seconds here from Columbus's pick coming in. Adam Fantilli is going to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Good pick. And definitely the Blue Jackets needed a center, and getting a guy like Adam Fantilli, great pick. I mean, we kind of figured who was going to go in that top 3-4 spot. Still interested once again to see where Michkov ends up going. And welcome anybody joining the stream right now. And I'm working on giving you guys an update on the screen here. Just bear with me for just a quick moment. All right. I'm going to put the board up here so you guys can see all of the picks thus far. Just bear with me one moment. There we go. All right, and I'll work on keeping that updated here. All right, let me get that bad boy updated one more time here. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. A little issue there. And there we go. We got the draft board updated. Throw that down in the corner. Awesome. All right, beautiful. All right, yeah. So we got the first 3 picks out of the way, and the Sharks are on the clock. So we're going to see who goes 4th overall, the San Jose Sharks. Are we going to see Michkov go off the board? Is Will Smith going to be up next? So far, we've got Bedard to the Blackhawks, Carlson to the Ducks, and Fantilli going to the Columbus Blue Jackets. We got about 40 seconds until we get this San Jose Sharks pick. So if anybody's got anything, anybody wants to throw anything in the live chat, go right ahead. And here comes the San Jose Sharks. Pick number 4 is in, everybody. If anybody's got anything they want to throw down in the live chat, feel free to do so. And picks in. We'll know here in just a moment.
Helped mentor me and do along my first year. Also like to congratulate Vegas, Golden Knights in the Cup win. George McPhee and Kelly and I'd like to say hello and thank you to our fans watching around the world and at the SAP Center tonight.
All right, just updating a few things here. And of course, I lose my ESPN stream while we're talking. Bear with me, everybody. All right. We'll know here in just a second who the Sharks are taking. Will Smith. So things are moving a little bit how people expected. A little bit of a different order. But we've got Will Smith being taken 4th overall by the San Jose Sharks. So in the top 4, nothing too crazy there. I think we all, for the most part, expected that these 4 players would go in some order here in the top 4, and that's exactly what happened. Now, who did the Montreal Canadiens take in spot number 5? If anybody's got any thoughts on that, go ahead and leave it in the live chat. If anybody's got anything they want to discuss, talk about, let me know. And I'm going to update the live tracker here as we're keeping track. There we go. And got the draft picks thus far in the bottom left-hand corner. Awesome. So we got the 4 first picks out of the way here. Anybody just joining in, Bedard going 1st overall, followed by Carlson going to the Ducks, Adam Fantilli going to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and Will Smith going to the San Jose Sharks. So 4 centers off the board here in the first 4 picks. Now, who are the Montreal Canadiens going to take? Are they a player that wants to take the risk on Matvei Michkov? They were one of the first teams that was potentially showing, interest in the 5'10" winger. And, a lot of people say Michkov, talent-wise, is the only player in this draft better than him was Bedard. I mean, for a while it was considered Michkov and Bedard's draft, and Matt Michkov's kind of fallen off a little bit as far as what teams think, especially with his contract over there in Russia for the next 3 years. But the kid's got a lot of talent. He's worth, I think, taking a chance and reaching out and grabbing a player of his caliber. I mean, when you've got a player available at 5 that potentially could have been a 1st, 2nd overall pick in any other draft, it's hard to pass up. And I mean, a lot of these players take a year or 2 to really solidify themselves and get into the NHL anyways. Him being signed over in Canada and playing him being signed and playing over in Russia isn't the end of the world. He'll be able to really hone his craft over the next 3 years. And to be honest, he'll probably be more NHL ready than a lot of these players coming out of the draft will be. So we got the Canadiens on the clock. They got about 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, and we're going to keep an eye and see who pick number 5 is. But definitely interested to see where Matvei Michkov ends up going. If anybody's got anything they want to throw in the live chat, feel free. I appreciate you guys coming in and checking things out. Definitely going to cover at least, the first 10 picks or so. If the stream picks up, we'll continue covering them throughout the night. So appreciate you guys hopping in the channel and checking things out. And if anybody's got any questions or anything else they want to throw in the live chat, feel free. guys. Just going to take a quick moment to share this live stream, put it out there for everybody. Share this bad boy on Twitter, see if we can bring in anybody else for the NHL Draft for some more conversation. Bear with me for a moment. Got that shared. Excellent. Let's hop back over and see where we're at here. They got Carey Price making the picks. Carey Price had a moment up on stage. That was funny. We got David Reinbacher going to the Montreal Canadiens. First defenseman off the board. You know, some teams were torn as to whether or not Reinbacher was going to be there, whether or not he was going to go to the Canadiens, whether or not the Canadiens are going to take Michkov. But, yeah, I think the Canadiens went with the safer pick. I shouldn't say safer. I still think Michkov's going to be a phenomenal talent, but he is going to be potentially 3 years away from playing in the NHL. So going with a player like Reinbacher, you know, 6'2", you know, he's a very talented defenseman, and a lot of scouts have compared him to Matthias Ekholm. So you'd have Reinbacher, Lane Hudson as future defensive pairings for the Canadiens. You know, solid move. You know. The Canadiens have got some really good young scoring talent, you know, Kirby Dach, Cole Caulfield. So solidifying that defense in the draft, not entirely surprised with this pick. Looks like, hey, we got 6 viewers in here right now. So if anybody wants to drop anything in the live chat, you guys got any questions, thoughts, or anything, give me just a quick moment. I'm going to update our little draft board here on the screen. If anybody's got anything they want to talk about, let me know who your team is, who you think's going next. Who are the Coyotes taking in the 6th overall round spot? And I'm going to get this updated. So we got Bedard first. Carlson going to the Ducks. The Blue Jackets took Adam Fantilli. Will Smith went to the San Jose Sharks. And David Reinbacher, defense, going to the Montreal Canadiens. I'm going to update this bad boy. Appreciate everybody for hopping in the live chat. Please, if you guys got anything, throw it in the live chat below. Any questions, comments, anything else, thank you for checking out the channel, checking out the live stream. And I'm going to update. And we got Matvei Michkov still available at 6. So do the Coyotes take a chance on Matvei Michkov? But there's your guys' first 6 picks thrown up on the screen. And it looks like we got six viewers in here right now. So thank you guys for coming on in. If you feel like it, please throw a like on the channel. And yeah, if you guys want to drop anything in the live chat, please feel free to do so. As we are closing in on the next pick, the 6th overall pick for the Arizona Coyotes. Who is going to be the team to take Matvei Michkov off the board? Is he going to fall all the way down to Washington? A lot of people think he is going to fall to Washington. Very, very interested to see if that is what happens. But you got the Coyotes sitting there at 6th. I mean, it's got to be a little enticing for them to potentially pull the trigger. You know, the Coyotes are still rebuilding. Why not take a chance on a player like Michkov? Then again, Michkov has made it pretty clear I think he wants to play for the Capitals. So would that be one of those cases where he doesn't sign with the team and the Coyotes end up having to move him later because he doesn't want to go play for a team that doesn't have a stadium to play in? Sorry, Coyotes fans, but stuff with your team is a shit show right now. So, but yeah, let me know in the chat what you guys think. Who's going to go 6th overall to the Coyotes? Where do you think Matvei Michkov is going to end up going in the draft? We're right now here in a commercial break, so let's go ahead and pull up some news. If anybody wants to throw anything in the live chat, we'll start a discussion. Otherwise, I'll pull some stuff up and we'll find something to talk about while we wait for the 6th overall pick. So once again, for anybody joining, you guys got the updated first 5 picks in the box down below. If you guys want to throw anything in the live chat, feel free. We had some trades going on today. So the biggest one that occurred a few hours ago were the Golden Knights trading Riley Smith to the Penguins for a 3rd round pick. So good move by the Penguins, I think, overall. They bring in, you know, a pretty talented player coming off of winning the Stanley Cup with the Vegas Golden Knights. So I think that was a good move. Good move. I'm kind of surprised to see them move Riley Smith out, but especially being that Riley Smith, you know, he was a original guy. I mean, he was one of the players from the beginning of the Vegas Golden Knights. But yeah, he's moved over to the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Vegas Golden Knights re-signed Barbashev to a 5-year contract worth $25 million. And I think ultimately moving Smith on was probably so that they could lock up Barbashev long term. So, you know, at the end of the day, the Golden Knights, you know, you hate to see players, especially if you're a fan of that fan base. You hate to see some of your favorite players leave, especially a player that's been there from the get-go. But, you know, as brutal as the Golden Knights have been to some players over the years, they did just win a Stanley Cup, so who am I to overly criticize them? And the pick is in, so we're going to be getting the Coyotes pick here in just a moment. Who is my favorite player? That one's a tough one. I mean, you know, I'm a Hurricanes homer, so, you know, I got Jacob Slavin's probably my favorite defenseman. Love me a little Brent Burns. Really big on Seth Jarvis and where he's going. Favorite overall player. Might have to give that one a little more thought. It's just, there's so many good players. I'm a fan of hockey in general. But favorite overall. I guess I would have to say right now it'd be Pyotr Kochetkov. I know, another Kane. Surprise, surprise. But I think that kid has got a bright future as a goalie. And here comes the Coyotes pick. Let's see. Dmitry Simashev is going to the Coyotes. Big pick by the Arizona Coyotes there. Very talented defenseman. I honestly don't think a lot of people had him going this high. I know some people had him slotted in roughly 13th, potentially to like the Buffalo Sabres, but little surprised to see Simashev go that high, but, you know, Coyotes do need to solidify that defense, and I do wonder if this is a case of you know, kind of going position over talent. I mean, they always do say you should really draft the best player, not the player you need necessarily. So if there's a more talented player out there, but you need to say you need a center badly, but there's a much, much better defenseman on the board, I mean, they usually tell you probably should go for the better player overall any day of the week, but Simashev is heading to the Coyotes, so interesting pick there. But Matvei Michkov still on the board. I mean, he's the one that intrigues me the most. I've been talking about it this whole stream. Where is Matvei Michkov going to fall to? The Canadiens did not take him. The Coyotes did not take him. The Flyers and the Capitals are up next. Could the Flyers take a swipe on him? A lot of people feel Ryan Leonard, the right winger, will be going to the Flyers. But, I guess Michkov might fall right into the Capitals' lap. They might go from Alex Ovechkin, him retiring here in a few years, and Matvei Michkov, another Russian phenom, will take his place. And yeah, the Coyotes, they have a 12th overall pick too, so they'll be picking again here in just a moment. That 12th overall pick was from Ottawa. So another good pick for them there. So they'll be getting two really good players in this draft. I mean, this is a very, very deep, talented draft this year. Hope nobody minds if I eat a little bit of my dinner here as I'm on the run. Eating and streaming. You guys bear with me for just a moment. I will be right back to the stream in just a minute. All right, Flyers pick is coming right up here. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Hey, we got 4 viewers in here, 3 likes. Thank you guys for liking and for checking out the live stream. So Flyers pick is in. Let's see who's going 7th overall. Somebody going to take a chance on Michkov. Crack open a cold one, shall we? And once again, if anybody's got anything you want to throw in the live chat, go ahead. Any questions, comments, concerns? Who's your favorite team? Where do you think somebody's going? I don't care what it is. We'll start a conversation. Otherwise, I'll just keep rambling. But the Flyers pick, we're going to get that in just a second here. And we're going to see who is going 7th overall. Matvei Michkov is going to the Flyers. They just stole him from the Capitals. Man, Capitals fans, you are not happy about this one, are you? Oh my God. The Flyers are like, this dude just fell to us in the 7th spot. Of course we're going to take the 2nd best player in this draft. A guy that some think could be better than Bedard. I know for some that's blasphemous, but let's face it, you know. Bedard, Michkov, I mean, this is the draft. We got 2 really, really talented players in this draft. And it's going to be interesting to see how both their careers work out. I don't even know if Michkov looks happy as he's walking up there. But Michkov has gone 7th overall to the Flyers. The Capitals just missed out. And Philly's like, yep, we're going to steal him. And, I mean, it does make sense for the Flyers as they're talking about on the broadcast. I mean, they're trading everybody away right now. So to bring in a player that they're not going to see or isn't going to play for potentially 3 years, why not? Why not bring somebody in as talented as Michkov and, you know, give him the time to develop? I do wonder, though, how happy he is going to be to playing there. I do wonder. Let's update the draft board here. All right. There we go. We got the draft picks 1 through 7 right there. All right. Updated that for you guys. So, yeah, Michkov, man. He went 7th overall. And I think the Capitals are not happy. I don't think Michkov looks overly happy to be going to the Flyers. I think he really thought he was going to fall to the Capitals. And, yeah, the Flyers said, you know what? We're going to shit on that party tonight. Very interesting. But you know what? If I was the Flyers in that spot, I would have taken him too. Hell, if I was the Coyotes or the Canadians, I may have taken Michkov over some of the players that they went with. So, I mean, this guy, Michkov, could end up being one of the best players, if not the 2nd best potentially player in this entire draft. Now, there are concerns over Michkov's attitude. You know, there was some stuff that it was even said by a Capitals scout that, you know, the kid's got all the talent in the world, but a shit poor attitude. So, I'm interested to see what he's got to say about going 7th overall. Well, they're asking when he expects to be here, so let's hear about this. He gave the generic answer of when are you going to be in the NHL? Well, he hopes to be quite soon. Well, he's signed to play in the KHL for the next 3 years, so we will see when Michkov gets here. But yeah, Flyers stole him. If you're a Capitals fan, are you happy about that one? Because it looked like he was going to fall into the Capitals' lap at number 8, but he goes 7th overall to the Flyers, who are currently rebuilding. So, tough one if you're a Capitals fan. So, it'll be interesting to see who the Capitals go with next, because I feel pretty positive that the Capitals were looking to take Michkov there. So, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see who they decide to take now in that 8th overall spot. And apologize, you guys. My ESPN stream keeps going out on me. Thank you, ESPN app, for working so well tonight. They're lucky I get ESPN Plus through Verizon. Because if I had to pay for this shit sometimes, I would tell them to hit the road. This app is very, very selective when it comes to whether or not it's going to work. And yep, well, we made it through the first 7 picks before it completely shit the bed tonight on me. I guess this is what happens when people actually use their app and watch stuff, right? Alright, bear with me everybody. Let me see if I can get this thing reset. Let's pull this bad boy back up and see if we can get the draft back on. There we go. We got it back up. And the Capitals pick is in. Who are they going to go with now that Michkov is off the board? Also, thank you guys for checking out the channel. Thanks for coming into the live stream. You guys got anything you want to throw in the live chat? I will go through and answer any questions you guys got down there, so please feel free. And we got 3 likes now, so thank you guys for liking and for checking out the channel. And here comes the Capitals pick. Let's see who it's going to be. Ryan Leonard, right wing. Interesting. So they lost out on the right winger they wanted, and they went ahead and grabbed a different one. You know, this is an interesting one because a lot of people thought Ryan Leonard was going to go to Philly. So the fact that Michkov goes to Philly and Ryan Leonard goes to the Capitals, it's interesting. I mean, Ryan Leonard, he's one of those high-end compete, grittiness kind of guys with a big shot. He's one of those guys that doesn't have any issue stirring the pot. You know, he's one of those guys that'll go out there when a team needs a spark and he'll start shit. He can antagonize, and he does have a pretty big shot. You know, he's not afraid to get down and dirty out there on the ice. So overall, I think the Capitals probably would have preferred getting Michkov, and he almost fell to them, man, almost. But I think a player like Ryan Leonard will fit, you know, with the Capitals, especially the type of hockey that team typically likes to play. They like guys that can play physical, that aren't afraid to get down and dirty when it comes to playing hockey. So I think it's a good pick overall. So that is our top 8 now. So let me go ahead and we'll get the draft board updated here. And if you guys have anything for me, I'm not sure how many of you are in the chat right now, but if you got anything, want to throw it in the live chat, feel free. All right, there is the draft board update so far. So we got the first 8 picks. And yeah, I'm going to at least cover the first 10 picks of the draft. Who's the youngest draft pick this year? So, to be eligible for the draft, you have to be at least 18 years of age. And you have to turn 18 by, I believe it's a certain cutoff point. Let me double check on exactly. So, NHL Draft. So they're going to be at least 18 to play in the NHL, with the birthday cutoff set at September 15th of the draft calendar year. And yeah, North American players 18 to 20 years old, and Europeans of all ages entering the league for the first time. Supposed to be 18 to 20. I know Bedard, I believe he's still 17, but he's just about to turn 18, so he'll be 18 in time for the start of the upcoming season. So I know Bedard is one of the youngest ones in here, especially being that he'll just be old enough to basically play in the NHL this year. He just missed, I believe, the cutoff last year to be in the draft, which is why he's obviously the top pick in this year's draft. So I hope that kind of answers your question. And so the youngest player in the NHL history, now that we're hopping down a rabbit hole here, was Armand Bep Gedolin. Probably butchered that, but that's okay. Who debuted in the NHL for the Boston Bruins November 12, 1942, and he was 16 years of age. And let's see. And the youngest available draft prospect this year in the 2023 NHL Draft is Felix Ungersorum. So he is 17 years old. So yeah, give you a little bit of an idea there. All right, Red Wings pick is in. So here we go. We're heading into the 9th overall pick. Like I said, we've had some pretty good viewers so far. Probably only going to run to the top 10 picks unless the live chat and things start to pick up a little bit more. Thank you, Shannon E, for dropping a ton of stuff in the live chat. Appreciate it. Makes my life a little easier when I got something to talk about. But yeah, here comes the Detroit Red Wings pick. And once again, if anybody's got anything, live chat, drop it. Hit a like. Thank you for checking out the live chat. Nate Danielson is going 9th overall to the Detroit Red Wings. Good pick. I like Nate Danielson. Very good player. A lot of people thought Zach Benson or Matthew Wood would go there, and thought Danielson would fall a little bit later in the draft, but this top 10, I mean, was bound to kind of be all over the place, and we've seen a little bit of that. Nobody's predictions, are typically 100%. But for the most part, the players that were believed to go in roughly the top 10 have gone in there. Just, some little changes here and there in the order, like the Flyers stealing Mitchkov from the Capitals. But yeah, Red Wings picking up Nate Danielson. Now, Nate Danielson is a right-handed shot, 6'1" center. At one point, he was looking at roughly number 13, but he moved his way up to number 7 in Central Scouting's final ranking of North American skaters. He had 78 points, 33 goals, 45 assists in 68 games. He can play in all situations, including the power play and the penalty kill. I mean, he's just a solid overall, well-rounded player. So I think the Red Wings got themselves another talented center there. So, and obviously Steve Yzerman, you know, when that guy's in charge of drafting for a team, I've got so much faith in him. If he's taking Nate Danielson there, I believe in the Yzerman plan. The Red Wings, man, he's building quite a team there, and I think you know, but that makes me have more faith in Nate Danielson. The fact that Yzerman was willing to snag him there at number 9 overall. And yeah, next up we've got number 10 pick, St. Louis Blues. And be interesting to see who's going to go 10th overall. Got a lot of really talented players still on the board. And the Blues actually have, let's see, the Blues have the 10th overall pick. And then I believe they also have the 25th overall pick from Toronto. And they have the 29th overall pick. So 25th, 29th, and obviously they've got the number 10. So Blues, you know, they got a lot of really good picks. Three picks in the first round of one of the deeper draft classes. So good year for them to stack up on draft picks. Definitely helped the Blues bring in some players, reload, do a little bit of a retinker. I don't know if they're committed fully to a rebuild. I guess we'll see. And thank you to everybody again. We got 3 likes on the video. I appreciate it. 2 viewers in there right now. Appreciate you guys watching the video, checking things out. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button on the channel. Helps the subscriber count go up and helps my channel continue to grow. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me during the 2023 NHL Draft. So like I said, we're going to at least cover the top 10 picks. So we got number 10 coming on up. All right. So what do you guys think is going to go 10th overall? And the St. Louis Blues pick is in. So they're first of 3 first-round picks. Who are the Blues going to take at number 10? So a lot of people felt like the Blues were going to take a defenseman. So some thought Tom Willander was going to go here to the Blues. Potentially Dalibor Dvorsky. Be interesting to see. And with a few defensive pieces already off the board, will they decide to take a defenseman? Obviously, Reinbacher went to the Canadiens at 5. Simashev went to the Coyotes at number 6. So the Blues going to grab a defenseman. Center, Dalibor Dvorsky. So, all right. Some people thought Dvorsky would go 10th overall to the Blues, and he did end up 10th overall to the Blues. I mean, the guy's really talented, smart, skilled game, good quickness. He was playing against older, more physically developed competition over in Sweden. And, yeah, the potential of pairing him up with the Blues star Robert Thomas through the middle has got to be appealing. So they must think Dvorsky can be first, second line center and really help this team rebuild and continue turning things around. So, yeah, good pick by the Blues. All right, well, we got through the first 10 picks. Just want to say thank you to everybody that came and checked out the stream. I appreciate it. Definitely going to try to do more of these. Hopefully we can continue to pull in some viewers, build up some more people for the chat, and get some more conversations going. But thank you to everybody that came and checked out my NHL Draft pick coverage. We did the top 10, and yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate everybody for coming in, giving a like, watching the video. I will catch you guys all next time on my next video. Until then, peace.